In 1959, two people managed to climb to the summit of Mount Everest. Tenzing Norgay, that hailed from Nepal, and Edmund Hillary, that travelled all the way from New Zealand. Hillary cut his teeth, so to speak, on the many mountains in New Zealand, the tallest one being Mount Cook, or, and I'm going to have a go at murdering the pronunciation here, Aoraki, as it was known before European ships made it this far south. Mike from Draken hails from South Africa, but as he stated in both my interview with him and articles online, he's always been keen to release something that is closely related to his new home country of New Zealand. And the Draken Aoraki is it. Whilst the parts are still imported, every watch will be assembled in New Zealand, which means all final quality assurance work will take place in New Zealand. But more importantly, a few jobs are created in the local community, which is a dream of Mike's. So all that said, we're still looking at a very straightforward watch design that takes cues from the established tough and angular design language of Draken, but also the classic tool, no-frills watch of the usual Dirty Dozen World War II inspired watches that we've seen many times before. Importantly, this is the first release from the brand that those with smaller wrists could easily pull off, and it's been requested for a long time by the die-hard fans. There are 4 options, all with the same case and black dial, but different hands and different typeface for the numbers, and also slightly different indices. The one I have with me today is the Flieger-inspired version on a very good Bund strap that might have stronger connection with the German Luftwaffe than the watch itself. Worth mentioning immediately is that all variants will launch at pre-orders for US $349 on the 17th of March New Zealand time, so it is extremely affordable at a slight weight. It'll go to US $399 after pre-order. So should you make a beeline for the website in the description and get yours immediately? Let's find out. If you're here for the first time, I would love a like and a comment, even a subscribe if you like what I do. It helps with YouTube algorithms and it keeps me going with these reviews. Thank you so much in advance. As per usual, the packaging is worth highlighting with Draken watches. You get a reusable pouch, and this time with a titular mountain and a Cessna on a removable patch that you could store all kinds of things in, attached to your belt or in your backpack. But within is the genuine wood watch holder with its burnt-in pattern, logo and text. It is a great first impression with Draken watches. So let's cover sizes first. It's 39mm in diameter, 46.5mm lug to lug, and 12.4mm thick. It's got 100 meters water resistance, and on the Bund strap it comes in at 90 grams. So despite looking quite solid and perhaps a tad slab-sided, it's actually very manageable and compact on your wrist. I normally cover straps last, but this is delivered with both a green nylon strap and a leather Bund strap, which is particularly great looking and has a good feel on wrist. So I've decided to leave it on for the duration of this review. This brown leather is particularly lovely with just the right thickness of both the strap and the extra patch that makes up the Bund. These were made for German pilots to get the cold steel off the wrist, and that works well in cold weather as well. It does of course add to the overall thickness of the watch, but in my experience so far, it's not felt too big on my wrist. These are both pass-through straps, so if you're worried about the extra thickness, the lugs are drilled, so it's easy to change to a conventional design should you want to, but of course with these pass-through straps, you don't even have to remove the spring bars at all. So let's have a closer look at this dial. It's a velvet black with all indices printed on, as is the logo at just under 12. A good indication of quality print is that intricate dragon logo that's very crisp with no bleeding artifacts at all. At just above the 6, we have the small seconds dial, which I think looks great here. There are 2 details here that indicates that you got a Flieger inspired watch. One is the iconic triangle at 12 that signifies 12 o'clock, and also the rhombus-shaped hands that are both attractive and through design also have plenty of space for loom, which I'll come back to a bit later. Finally, below the 6th position, we find engraved and painted black the "Assembled in New Zealand" text. On the final models, this will be engraved only and not black. A good change, I think. One thing that you will notice immediately is that there is no crystal. Or rather, there is one, but it's not easy to see since there appears to be approximately 800 layers of AR coating. It does give it an ever so slight purple tint from some angles, but this flat sapphire crystal has coating both inside and outside that makes it almost invisible, which I absolutely love. And this is on this early prototype too, so even more impressive. The case is classic Draken, with its downturned lugs that always make me think of Sin and Damasco. And it also has an engraved logo on the 3 o'clock side that looks great to me. There are some extra fun stuff that eyes can't see here, one being the Viton rubber gasket on the case back for reduced wear due to sweat and other chemicals, making the Aoraki more reliable in the long run. The second feature is an internal Faraday cage, a soft metal surround, which protects the movement from interfering magnetic fields. This can be very handy. My RS65 recently got magnetized and it's quite annoying when it happens. The crown at the 4:15 position is easy to grip despite its proximity to the lug, and it's got the classic Dragon loom logo, which is such a fun little detail. It's also extremely easy to unwind and screw back in. You don't get the usual hesitation when pushing it back in to secure. It's a small thing, but surprisingly often a bit of a minor anxiety attack on some watches. On the back of the watch, there's not much to see, but within beats the Miyota 82S5 automatic movement with hacking and hand winding. You can expect 42 hours of power reserve, and thanks to the case design, you will not hear it much. Accuracy is rated at -20 to +40 seconds per day, but you'll likely find that this is under-promising quite a bit. These Miyota movements are robust and reliable, so a great choice for this watch. So the loom then, Draken's signature move. It is very good, but the blue BGW on this prototype is not up to scratch clearly. But I have no hesitation in saying that it will be on the finished model. The C3 greenish loom is brilliant. There are so many reasons to buy this watch. It's good value, attractive, and not only are you supporting a small watchmaker and his family that I know are doing their very best to live as close to nature as possible, but Mike is also trying to do the right thing and help create local jobs and build a small watch community locally. The 4 approaches are quite clever too. Do you want yours to look like a Tudor Ranger? Get the Vector. Want something that's inspired by the F-14 fighter jet? Get the Mil-Spec. Always like the Hamilton Mechanical? The Zulu is for you. I think this is likely to be a little strap monster too, if you're even able to take it off the excellent straps provided. Just a quick test on this R10 NATO strap, and you have a brand new watch right there on your wrist, and it's so easy to do with the drilled lugs. So in short, as an Australian TV personality used to say, do yourself a favour and go and pre-order your Draken Aoraki now. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.